Episode 2 of Only Murders in the Building does something unusual. Instead of keeping the spotlight on Charles, Oliver, and Mabel, it shifts to the life of Lester, the Arconia's longtime doorman. Through flashbacks, memories, and interviews, the episode shows how Lester was a witness to decades of life in the building. By focusing on him, the show reminds us that every background character has their own story, their own struggles, and their own secrets. This makes the mystery of his death even more meaningful because we now understand the weight of the life he lived and the choices he made. The episode is framed by an interview where Lester talks about his career. He first came to the Arconia as someone chasing dreams. He wanted to be an actor, and being a doorman was just supposed to be a temporary job. But life has a way of keeping people in unexpected places, and for Lester, the Arconia became his stage.
You see it all working here. You're here for the highest highs and their lowest lows. And if you're lucky like me, you'll blink and fall in love with the place.
We see a young Mabel as a toddler, already growing up in the Arconia. Oliver in his early days, desperate to get a unit in the building. Charles, back in his Brazos prime, admired by Lester who still believed in his own acting dreams. Through these encounters, the show connects Lester's life with the lives of our main trio. He was there at their beginnings, silently shaping their stories, even if they never fully noticed him. The flashbacks also show Lester meeting Lorraine, the woman who would become his wife. Their love story, born in the Arconia, roots him to the building even more. For Lester, the Arconia isn't just a workplace. It's the setting for his entire adult life, from falling in love, to raising kids, to watching neighbors grow old. Lester worries about money, about sending his kids to college, and about keeping his job secure.
Doesn't pay shit. I mean, I'm happy here.
Hey. There's someone I want to introduce you to.
This tension leads him down a dangerous path. His involvement with Nicky, the mobster. The heart of Lester's downfall is tied to George, the former doorman. George introduces him to Nicky, who pays cash for small favors, like letting people into the building secretly. At first, this is easy money. But as with most shortcuts, it pulls Lester deeper than he wanted to go.
You go when it's convenient for you. Remind me who put your kids through college? I'm the reason you have anything. So, you are gonna stay behind that desk until I say you're done.
This part of the story works as both character drama and symbolism. Lester starts off with the dream of being an actor, the dream of playing big roles and of being seen. But instead, he gets trapped playing a part in someone else's script, the mob's. Instead of being the star of his own story, he becomes a background character in Nicky's schemes. When Lester tries to quit, Nicky refuses. This shows how once you compromise your integrity, it can be almost impossible to walk away. One of the most moving parts of the episode is how it shows the passage of time. The Arconia changes, like residents aging, relationships falling apart, and new technology, like the automated elevator. But through it all, Lester stayed. He helps Oliver through divorce. He sees Charles during the low points of his career, and he watches Mabel grow up, even befriending her during a lonely Christmas. But while Lester cares for everyone else, his own story becomes stuck. His acting dream is gone, his life is tied to secrets with Nicky, and he knows he can't pass the same burden onto the next generation. That's why, when he trains Randall, he tells him to never get involved with Nicky.
Zimmer with a white gardenia, you don't talk to him. Only me, okay? You don't want to get involved, got it?
Okay.
Lester wants to end the cycle that George pulled him into. The episode returns to the present, where Lester's death is ruled an accident. For Charles, Oliver, and Mabel, this feels unsatisfying. For us, it feels wrong. After spending an entire episode learning who Lester was, what he sacrificed, and how much he meant to the Arconia, the idea that his story ends with just an accident feels incomplete. And that's the point. The show is telling us that people like Lester, who fade into the background, deserve more than to be forgotten. His death, like his life, must mean something. Episode 2 of Only Murders in the Building Season 5 is less about advancing the mystery and more about honoring Lester. By diving into his past, the show builds emotional weight. So when the trio continues their investigation, we care more about finding the truth. Episode 3 opens with Charles narrating the history of the Arconia, from the 1910s and the Industrial Revolution to its evolution into a glamorous hotel. The Arconia has always been more than just an apartment building. The basement once served as a stable, later transforming into gaming rooms, and eventually becoming a secret casino run by the mob. Right away, the show is telling us that this isn't just a mystery about 1 or 2 deaths. It's a mystery about history, about how the Arconia itself has been a stage for secrets, crime, and corruption for more than a century. The past is alive in the present, and it's still shaping the lives of the people who live there. Cutting to the present day, Charles and Mabel discover that the casino still exists, hidden under Nicky's dry cleaner shop. Oliver joins them, panicked after stumbling across Nicky's corpse.
I have never brought a dead body to your home.
What is this?
Well, you've implied I've done it before, which I haven't.
Go fuck yourself.
Believe me, I've tried that. It didn't work. You tried it?
His fear isn't only about death, it's about his DNA being found on the body. This moment works on 2 levels. Oliver's dramatic panic keeps the show's humor alive, even while dealing with a rotting corpse. But it also highlights how fragile their amateur investigations are. They're constantly at risk of becoming suspects themselves. The trio hauling Nicky's body into Charles's apartment is both absurd and grotesque. It keeps the quirky tone while reminding us of the high stakes. For the first time, the trio decides to perform their own autopsy, since they know nothing about the victim. This is both funny and disturbing, because none of them are professionals, yet they're poking at a corpse while eating Chinese food.
Ow!
Enjoying Oliver's famous microwave dumplings.
He managed to make it boiling hot on the outside, yet freezer burned on the inside.
Oliver, you're a genius.
Wow, where was that word 2 minutes ago?
Their findings are crucial. Nicky still has all 10 fingers, meaning the severed finger from episode 1 belongs to someone else. His nails have residue from the casino tables, connecting him directly to the underground operation. Blood pooling suggests he was dead for a while, but his body was frozen, which explains the strange decomposition. A piece of paper hidden in his mouth points back to Lester's ledger. This autopsy symbolizes how only murders blends comedy and darkness. The trio is treating the body half seriously and half like a science project. Oliver swipes Lester's ledger from Randall. The ledger is supposed to keep track of important details, but a page is missing. Mabel uses a crayon trick to reveal what was once written on it, a list of bird names. This is classic only murders symbolism. Birds represent watchers, freedom, and hidden messages. Here, the bird names act like a code. It suggests that Lester and Nicky were hiding secrets in plain sight, encoded in a language only insiders could understand. The missing page also reflects the larger theme. Truth is always partially hidden. No matter how much the trio uncovers, there's always a page missing. Amidst the murder, Mabel runs into her old friend Althea, also known as the...
And also, anytime anyone searches for a band that begins with the, my name comes up first. It's genius, right? I mean, you want to listen to the Beatles? The comes up. The Spice Girls? It's the again.
Yeah.
The Chicks? The.
Mabel feels insecure because her friend has made it, while she's still searching for direction. This subplot connects to the broader theme of legacy that runs through Season 5. Mabel, Charles, and Oliver are constantly measuring themselves against others. For Mabel, Dee represents both the fear of being left behind and the possibility of reinvention. One of the most striking moments in this episode comes when Charles sneaks Nicky's body back to the dry cleaners, only for the police to show up and collect it.
I thought the body was supposed to be hanging up.
Who cares? Just write up what they said. Time of death this morning. Top suspect, Caputo crime family. Less we know, the better.
Charles realizes something isn't right. The cops already knew the body would be there, and they lie about the time of death. This moment flips the script. Usually, the trio worries about hiding evidence from the police. Now the police themselves seem complicit, maybe even covering up the murder. The climax of the episode brings everything together. The trio sneaks into the casino on Saturday night and discovers its new operators, not mobsters, but billionaires. Sebastian Steed, a tech billionaire worth $53 billion. Jay Fluke, heir to a pharmaceutical empire worth $19 billion. And Camila Weil, a hotel magnate worth $47 billion.
Guys, they're all billionaires. This isn't the mob. This is the new mob of New York. Please tell me you recorded that.
These aren't mobsters in the traditional sense, but they serve the same role: rich, powerful, and untouchable. The old mafia has been replaced by the modern elite. Where mobsters once controlled crime with violence, billionaires now control it with money and influence. The final image of Jay missing a finger ties everything back to the central mystery. Episode 3 of Only Murders in the Building Season 5 balances history, comedy, and suspense beautifully. It connects the building's mob past to the present-day billionaires who now operate like the new mafia. It shows the trio at their funniest, darkest, and most vulnerable. The Arconia acts like a stage where history repeats itself. The faces may change, from mobsters to billionaires, but the corruption, the secrets, and the murders remain. And with one billionaire missing a finger, the trio may have just stumbled onto their most dangerous suspect yet. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.